But essentially what happened from around 2013 or so, some around there, we suddenly started to see disproportionately the well-being of the young starting to collapse. So the least happy people now are young people. John Haidt and Jean Twenge, famous researchers, sort of spotted it ahead of me, and I went and looked and thought, gosh, they're right. The answer is from around 2013, we said, oh, look, this is all COVID. But now when we look back, we realize that the trend had really started from 2013 or so through 2020, and COVID simply extended it. It was change in attitudes and all the rest of it. But there's one big thing that basically John Haidt particularly has pushed, and he's right, I think, that the coming of the smartphone, the coming of the internet, the coming, if you like, of Facebook and Snapchat and Reddit and all, TikTok and all of that, particularly, so it's particularly come since then. And you can time this crisis from the emergence of this phenomenon of the smartphone. And particularly what you see is there's a high correlation, not necessarily so we can argue about what's causing this, but a very high correlation between the number of hours people spend looking at their smartphones and how anxious and depressed and mentally ill they are. And we've seen really since 2013 the collapse around the world in their well-being. And correlated with that is the rise in the amount of time people spend on the phone. So another fact that we were working on is, and people listening to this should get this, the younger you were when you got your first smartphone, the more likely you are to be in mental illness later. The younger you were that you got it, the worse is your mental health 15 years later. So this is a growing international crisis,